A lifelong Democrat in Colorado is now changing her vote to Republican because of the violent criminals coming from across the border infiltrating her town. Let's check it out.
I'm a lifelong Democrat, and I got nothing but pushback and called a liar. And I'm going to vote Republican down ballot. And I'm going to do it every year until someone does something about this problem. Hello, my name is Cindy Romero. I'm from Aurora, Colorado. I used to reside at 1218 Dallas Street, apartment 304. I was pushed out of my apartment by gang activity, people carrying guns in the hallway and patrolling the grounds with guns. In this situation, I've been really battled back and forth.
That is absolutely terrifying to see that. Imagine looking outside of your door or your peephole, looking across the hallway, whatever, and seeing that.
With the more information I release, the more I'm kicked, the more I'm called a liar, the more I'm said that it's part of my imagination. I have over a year's worth of video, so I have my receipts. I haven't been treated very well by the other people that I reached out to for help. I've been a lifelong Democrat. I reached out to who I thought would help me because I'm a lifelong Democrat. And I got nothing but pushback and called a liar.
You're probably better than I am. Cindy, come up for a minute, please.
See, these are the types of things that force people to change. You're a lifelong Democrat, and then this right here means that it's gotten bad enough. Enough is enough. We need change. This can't happen in our country.
Yes. Come on up.
We've got to get Trump back in office. It was really, really unreal. I've been invited to meet with Mr. Trump, which meant so much to me because nobody would believe me. And so far, they are the only ones who have come out and said, yes, this is going on, and we support you. It meant a lot to me. It's life-changing, how it makes you feel.
Thank you guys so much for all of your support, for believing me.
This invasion of these people, and I'm not saying migrants because there are plenty of migrants that are here legally trying to do the right thing. This invasion of bad people, criminals with guns, it can't be allowed to continue.
I'm glad she made that distinction because when sometimes people take that the wrong way, the left really tries to play that up. Oh, they don't like people coming across the country. They don't like migrants, immigrants, whatever. Completely false. We welcome people to come to the United States and assimilate to our lifestyle, work hard, have the American dream, become a citizen. We support that. What we don't support is people coming across the border committing violent acts. This is the problem here. People coming through the hallways with guns, kicking people out of their apartments like this is a third world country. This can't happen in the United States. This is what we don't like.
And I'm going to vote Republican down ballot. And I'm going to do it every year until someone does something about this problem. I don't want my kids to be the next victims of this.
Exactly. You've got to change the way you vote. You've been doing something for so long, and then you see things like this happening. You see that Biden, Harris are the ones in power. And I'm not saying there weren't problems under Trump. There are problems under every administration. The border has been a problem for many decades. But I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. This is bad. This is a public safety issue. Let's keep going. Now, I found another story saying leaked emails reveal Colorado authorities knew about migrant gang threat for nearly a year.
Colorado councilwoman sounding the alarm with newly leaked emails suggesting people within the Aurora Police Department knew about the migrant gang threat for months. The councilwoman says an internal email went out last November saying, quote, TDA, or Tren de Aragua, has decided to make Denver their headquarters due to sanctuary policies and location. But nearly 1 year later, residents are being forced to leave their homes because of the violence still happening in their town. Former head of ICE's Denver region and Colorado congressional candidate for that district, John Fabricatore, joins us now. John, it's so great to have you on the show. This is infuriating, and I can't imagine if I was one of the residents who was being told that no, TDA is not in Denver, is not in Aurora, is not in Colorado, and finding out that there were emails and the cops knew. Your reaction?
Yeah, good morning, Rachel. It's an absolute mess. You know, Danielle Jurinsky, the councilwoman here, she's been raising the alarm on this for about 2 or 3 months. Those of us like myself who have also been talking about this have been saying that Tren de Aragua was here, and leaders inside the community, the mayor, the city manager, the Aurora City Police Department leadership has denied it. And now these emails come out, and we're beginning to see exactly what they knew, at least for a year.
Yeah, they're not the only ones who knew. The federal government knew. DHS knew. I've been talking all the time about Congressman Troy Nehls, who wrote a letter to Alejandro Mayorkas from Homeland Security, you know, over 2.5 years ago, saying, hey, you guys know that these prisons are being, these prisons are releasing prisoners who are in TDA, and you're telling the Border Patrol, hey, look out for these guys, but you're not telling citizens that you know this is happening while the border is
By the way, it's crazy that
open. So there's a lot of culpability to go around. So
sorry, I meant to say that this woman right here has 9 children. That's that's something right there. But the fact these people knew about this for about a year should say something. The federal government has been doing a poor job with this. This is why it's so important for people to sound the alarm, because when you sound the alarm on these issues, it brings national attention to it. When there are local people locally doing it with the microphone, talking about this on social media, whatever, YouTube, it draws attention to these issues, and eventually things do happen. We've seen it. We've seen this happen in various cases where an issue is brought to the forefront. People talk about it, they post it, they make videos about it. It's all over the news, and then there is action taken. We've seen some of these people arrested.
So what was your reaction, for example, when you heard Martha Raddatz, when she was interviewing J.D. Vance, saying, well, it's only a few apartment buildings?
You know, it was ridiculous to me, because it should be 0 apartment buildings. We should have no Venezuelan gang members in the United States right now. And like you were mentioning, the vetting is horrible. We don't share criminal information with Venezuela. The Border Patrol is simply doing an NCIC check. They're not coming up with any criminal history on these guys, and they're simply letting them into the U.S. And now we see exactly what's happening here in Aurora, Colorado, where these guys are extorting people. They're kidnapping. They just cut the fingers off of a man here in Aurora in an extortion attempt.
Wow.
So, you know, we have to put our foot down on this, because this gang needs to be stopped now before they get even stronger.
Yeah, and they're also heading up all kinds of sex trafficking, including child sex trafficking, and they're the ringleaders on that as well. It's really great to have you on, John. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sounding the alarm on it.
You know, and to go back to that last story about the woman changing her vote, you know, she called out to people in her party thinking that they would help because she's a lifelong Democrat. But she got no help from her own party. And that's really sad. Why would you think this woman is making this stuff? Why would you think that she's lying about this? When she's calling you, emailing, whatever it is, she has video footage of this, and you're still in denial about this. This is not some made-up conspiracy by Trump supporters. These things are happening, and they're starting to happen all over the country. We must get our foot on this. Get out there, vote if you haven't already. Whenever you can, early election day, we must put an end to this nonsense. And I've been talking about this for a very long time, because it is the _1 issue, in my opinion, going into the election. And I've made so many videos about the border just because I want people to be aware of what's going on. And hopefully the videos going forward will be more light. I can start talking about the positives. And there are some positives, like the things we're doing here in Texas, and I'll get to that soon. But yeah, this is an important issue. Most important, the election. To me, it's more important than the economy and inflation because this is a public safety issue. All right, guys, like and subscribe. See you next time. Thank you. Take care.